the region. I take the pleasure of welcoming all of you here, welcoming Harriet Singh, who is our member for Eastern Victoria, and Jordan Kruknali, who has been here a few times, and she is the state MP for Bas, and Jess Walt, who is the federal MP for federal senator, and she represents Victoria at Canberra. So welcome you all. Obviously Harriet and Jess have been here for the first time. I would also like to welcome Colin Ross, who is our councillor who has come here about 6th or 7th time, and he has been supporting us since about 2015. And I would like to welcome Amrit who made all of this happen, and also supports us with advice at times, and also our entire community who is here. I think the agenda is very straightforward. I will do a very boring presentation to begin with, and I will see your faces, and I will ask you questions at the end of it, so that I have the privilege of having your ears lent to me. And then we will have Harriet's speech, and we will also have speeches from Jordan and Jess. And then we will go to the kitchen, show you our kitchen, which was funded under the Pick My Project program of the Department of Engineering and Cabinet. And we will then have some opportunities for a photo shoot. I don't know whether the weather gods will allow us to go around and look at the property, but fingers crossed. The forecast was different, and it's often said that weather is what we predict and climate is what you get, right? So I think again, something like this has happened today. I hope all of you can hear me. I would start with requesting all of you to follow all the COVID regulations that we are currently sticking to. If you are obviously having a cup of tea or something, you don't need to wear a mask, but please maintain social distancing wherever and you can. For those who have not, scanned or checked in by scanning the QR code, please do that. And if you see someone breaching the COVID regulations, be polite and tell them that let's do wear a mask whenever we can for safety of everyone. Thank you. Emergency exits, I hope we don't need them. There's one at the back and one here, so I will do with that as well. And I think I will quickly start with a quick presentation about our journey over the last 2 years. I won't go back into the history since 2013, but I am focusing on something that we have done in the last 2 years. Obviously, most of you know that we are located at 33 Officer Road in Officer, but we are also located widely respected, appreciated in the cyberspace with a Facebook page that we have and a website we have. And if at all you have not looked at our website, please do find 10 minutes to look at our website, and you will find that this was again done by volunteers in a very professional way. Most people think that this is a temple located in Officer, a Gurdwara located in Officer, so it's only for people in Officer. But you will be amazed to know that we get members coming from Pakenham, Clyde, Cranbourne, Beaconsfield, Berwick, Bruin, Warragul, and even Traralgon. So this is a legitimate place of worship which has followed all council regulations and guidelines to get to here, and we cater to the spiritual and community needs of the wider community. Obviously, I have not talked about Melbourne, but when we provide food relief, etc., people from Melbourne also benefit from that. Known as the Sikh temple, but we prefer to be known as Gurudwara, Guru Ghar, which basically means the house of the God or the teacher. And of course, it's a community center because other than doing faith-based activities, we also do a lot of community work. And some of our community work is listed on this 2-page document. And again, I will request all of you to have a read of this 2-page document to see, if you see something where, you could guide us on expanding our horizons and getting into a bigger space. We are very keen to work on those things. The core founding principles of this Gurdwara are based on the principles of the Sikh faith, which are basically remembering and meditating on the God, sharing our blessings with others, and earning an honest living. And this Gurdwara has some very core founding principles, which are around having no committees, no management committees, no politics in the Gurdwara. We have an equal representation of women in whatever we do, which is again an amazing thing that we are proud of. Just like the Christian faith, where we have the tithe, in Gurdwara we also have a similar principle where we request community to contribute 10% of their savings towards charity causes, and that's not only to the Gurdwara but to a wider thing. And the Gurdwara has made the principle that out of our donation boxes, out of what we get as donations, we will contribute 10% of it to the wider community. And one of the examples that I can quickly share with you, one of the Diwali when Jordan was here also, that was the first Diwali that we celebrated in 19. And the donation box collected $2,800. You cannot celebrate Diwali, the festival of lights, without having vision. What we did is we took out 10% of that, $2,800, which is $280. Some volunteers contributed some more money to it. We had $350, and that went to Fred Hollows Foundation. And then they gave us a certificate saying that your contribution has been able to restore the eyesight of about 12 people, right? That is how we really implement the principles on which our foundation is laid. We engage with all the communities, and you will see on the 2-page document that you have the kind of engagement we have done. We make sure that we engage with the legislation as well, and make sure that our operations are in a safe and a secure way, complying with all council legislations. We share all the information transparently and organize a lot of open days. We do get feedback from our own community so that we can continuously improve. And now, while we were talking about continuous improvement, I learned a new term which is called continual improvement, which basically says that you improve, then you stabilize for a while, and then you start going up rather than keep growing on a regular basis. We support community-focused projects not only in Australia but elsewhere as well, and the Gurdwara did contribute resources towards floods that came in Punjab about 2 years ago. And we are focused on promoting harmony with ourselves, with community, and with the environment. And some of the things that you see on the next slide will talk about this, the proof of the pudding. We were helping with COVID relief, bushfires. We are the only Gurdwara probably who has hoisted the Sikh, the Australian, and the Aboriginal flag right at the entrance, and Jordan attended that event. We have also felicitated the contributions of other volunteer groups during the blazing work, during the support provided by Victoria Police and CFA and Country Women's Association during the bushfires. We have provided warm clothes for needy homeless people in the past. We have been participating for about 4 or 5 years in the Australia Day celebrations. We have also hosted our Muslim friends to celebrate Eid at one of the events. We have participated in Pakenham Day and Yakabu Festival and a lot of events. We have organized about 10 open days in the last 2 years. We have a lot of respect in the community. We have forged relationships with a lot of local organizations, and I represent the Sikh community on a few committees within the Cardinia Shire Council as well. And the idea is that we want to see how we can work with the communities for the community. Over the last 2.5 years, we have planted about 1,400 trees on the property, 1,400 trees. And it's not just planting the trees, these trees have a survival rate of 80 to 85%. And Melbourne Water, colleagues came from Melbourne Water, they looked at it, they were very happy, and they immediately said, I will give you another $4,200 to plant another 400 trees, which we will be doing in June or July this year. We have planted bird nest boxes, bird feeders as well. Organic farming is something that is happening right now. We do have solar panels on our property, and during the COVID period, we did not want our staff to start facing mental health issues because they had no work to do and community was not coming. So we ordered plants. Plants were delivered here, and they were planting trees, and they planted about 170 trees, including about 55 fruit trees on the other side of the property. We have been recognized for our work by the wider community, by state governments, federal governments as well. And one of the awards that we are really proud of is the Victorian Premier's Volunteer Champion Award that we received in December 2019. And I think we had about 10 people from our group who actually received this award. And the interesting part is that everyone said that we don't want to get the award, you should get the award. And it was really difficult to arrive at a negotiated list of 10 people who could go and receive the award. So that's the kind of selfless work that we are really proud of. We have been nominated for the Australia Day Awards. We have received about $1.1 million of funding in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, from a wide range of funding agencies, not only from the federal government only or the state government only. And our initiatives are widely covered by the local and international media. At times, some people have called us to ask us, do you have a share in Pakenham Gazette? Because they cover a story of you almost once in a month or once in a fortnight. Similarly, some other channels like SBS, PTC have also, covered our initiatives. Today we are celebrating the completion of 2 projects which we are really proud of again. The Pick My project, where we worked with 6 schools, and Jordan inaugurated that event again, where we try to create an awareness of the Sikh faith, the Indian culture, but not only the Sikh faith and Indian culture, but also about the Sudanese community which were struggling at that point of time because of racial issues. We promised the government that we will collaborate with 5 schools, but eventually we collaborated with 6 schools to do this project. Again, the second project is a community kitchen, which is on your right, my left, where we will be going to the community kitchen. This kitchen got completed somewhere in October last year, but we have started doing it very recently. And again, this is a Pick My project contribution, and we are really thankful to the state government for these 2 fundings. We think we have created a lot of impacts other than just being a place of worship, talking about faith all the time. We have really demonstrated how faith and faith-based teachings can actually be used and implemented in the real world. Social cohesion. We have always employed local professionals to do our work in the right way so that we don't have accidents here. So we have created local jobs. We have built awareness. We have worked for the environment. We have had many collaborations. We have provided support for the wider community. At times we think we have over-delivered on some of the things, and I will read some numbers that will substantiate that further. And I think we have created some value in the entire community. In the last 2 years, we have progressed a lot, and we have been asked this question: how come you have progressed so much in the last 2 years? I think this is some of the reasons we have progressed, and one of the key reasons obviously is the blessings that we get from our Guru. The Guru thinks we are going on the right track, and he creates an opportunity for us that we can't even dream of, and things work. But other than that, some of the volunteers that you see here have been putting hours and hours of selfless service, and the teamwork, system thinking goes into every project, and we have experience and expertise of a lot of our professionals who are very well qualified in IT, in community work, etc., who have been working with us on projects. And the best thing is, we do not believe in competition, we believe in collaboration. And I think COVID has taught us this lesson that we don't need to compete, we need to collaborate. But this is again one of the founding things that we have been doing. If you look at our current struggles, we only have one full-time staff as of now, and our staff normally come from overseas, spend about 3 to 6 months with us, and then they leave. And we are still trying to get an exemption from the government to allow travel of these people from overseas, so that we have more things to help us. One other problem that we often face is that we are an apolitical organization, and we hear different things coming from different way about. Someone says that you are a Labour Gurdwara, and someone would say that you are a Liberal Gurdwara, and we just say we are the Guru's Gurdwara. And we are still struggling a bit with winning the heart of some of our neighbors. They are a little difficult, and someone, a few days back we had put some grass at the entrance of the property, and someone took their car over the grass and damaged the grass considerably. The other struggle that we have is that we have a vision document, and when we are sleeping, we are dreaming about our vision document, and we have a big bucket list of projects that we want to do, and you know, and we are always on the work. So that is a struggle that I think we also have on our plates. We write some good proposals, but in the recent past, some of our proposals have not been funded, and we haven't got feedback from the state government department from those projects, and that really frustrates us because we do spend a lot of time writing a proposal, maybe a good 30 hours to write a proposal, and then if you don't get feedback and a generic feedback saying they were better applications and whatnot, that doesn't help at all, and that's, I think, something that we need to look for us. Please keep an eye on this space, this Gurdwara. We will have a new car park here very soon. We have prepared a recipe book which will be inaugurated very soon. We have our organic farm which is seeding as of now, but you know, you will see that how well it has done in the next few months. We will be planting 400 new trees, and we are writing a few more applications for funding, and there is a recent call for proposals from the multicultural infrastructure fund, which we will be trying our luck with. And I wish, you know, there was a tour that we could take you on, but if the weather clears up, we will try to do that quickly. I would like to thank all of you for your time today and for your contribution to us. And I would also like to acknowledge the state government funding that we have received for so many projects here. And we will be keen to take any questions formally or informally. And I think that's broadly that I wanted to talk about in the few minutes that I had. And thanks a lot for lending your ears to me and for your patient learning. In interest of time, I will now introduce Harriet, who is our member for Eastern Victoria. She is in the upper house since November 2014. For some of my community people who have not met you, I struggled to recognize her this morning, even though when I'm at the mobile station, I actually teach at Federation University Churchill. When I take the train, I'm at the mobile station, your office is next door. But today I struggled to recognize you with your mask. So welcome here, and apologies for that error, mistake. And she has previously served as a senior policy advisor, and she's also worked with a few not-for-profit organizations, which is of interest for all of us. And she has been very experienced in discrimination law, and at times, you know, some of the immigrant communities would experience that, and I think you know, Harriet is a resource on those aspects as well. And interestingly, you know, she is also currently the parliamentary secretary for some interesting things like water management. And we have 95,000 liters of water storage on a property which we are using for the organic farm, and we would love to show you about that. She is also the parliamentary secretary for equality, creative industries and mental health. And I think, you know, in some ways the community sector is also a creative industry. The thing is that they don't make money, and the thing is also that, you know, their work at times is not recognized because you can't see black and white dollar numbers coming out of that creative industry, but we certainly make a lot of contribution. So without a further ado, you know, I would like to invite Harriet to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, thank you so much, Harpreet, for that wonderful warm welcome. My name is Harriet Shing, and I'm a member of Parliament in the Upper House here in Victoria. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, Woorong and Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and to acknowledge any and all Aboriginal leaders and emerging leaders who have joined us here today. I would also like to acknowledge and celebrate the attendance of Councillor Colin Ross. It's been a long time, it feels like a long time, but it's lovely to see you even with a mask on here today. To my good friend and colleague in the lower house in the state government, the member for Bass, Jordan Crignale, again, such a wonderful thing to see you. And Jess Walsh, Senator for Victoria in the Commonwealth Parliament, again, so lovely to see, in particular, so many women coming together to celebrate the work of this Gurdwara and the work associated with coming together to celebrate community. To all of the leadership here, thank you so much for the very best of community that you bring, not just to Officer, to Pakenham, down down to the Latrobe Valley, out through to the southeast, the example that you share of faith, of community, and of contribution is extraordinary. And Harpreet referred to the bushfires, and that's an area of enormous passion and distress and dismay and grief that has torn its way through Victoria and parts of New South Wales in the last 12 months. And one of the beautiful lights that was part of such a dark time was the constant presence of volunteers, the work that you did to bring comfort, to bring food and nourishment and sustenance and support to people in their very darkest hours, represents the very best of what this Gurdwara provides, the very best of community. And to hear this morning the work in the presentation that you continue to do, not just within this community, not just within this faith, but within the entire state and around Australia and indeed around the world. We are so grateful for the work that you do to bring us together and to share all of the blessings that you yourselves develop and attract because of the very commitment that you have to your faith. It's also a really wonderful thing to be able to collaborate across different levels of government. And Harpreet, I note that in your presentation you talked about one of the struggles being that you are apolitical. I actually think that's not so much a struggle as a set of opportunities. And I think to be able to work across multiple levels of government and to see federal and state funding coming to such a worthwhile community as you continue to grow and to contribute is something which you should absolutely continue to foster and to nurture in your relationships. We're here today to celebrate one of the cornerstones of what I hope will enable you to continue to contribute, not just in pandemic and COVID response, not just in bushfire and emergency response, but in all that you do, in every way that you shine, in all that you contribute. These kitchens are, I hope, a wonderful way for us to show our support and our love and our high regard and respect for everything that you do to make others feel included and to feel part of the community that you work so hard to make better in all that you do. So thank you. I don't intend to talk for any longer because we've got other people who need to speak, but I also want to assure you that your work does not go unnoticed, that you are held in such high esteem, that we respect and value all that you do, and that we will continue to do so now and into the future. And that list of things which Harpreet has put in the presentation, I think gives all of us here today some good homework to start with in assisting you to reach further goals now and into the future. Thank you so much for your warm hospitality today. I can't wait to tour the completed facilities, and I'm hoping that the blessings from the sky hold up long enough for us to actually see the garden. Thank you very much. I will hand back to you now, Harpreet.
Thank you, Harriet. I would just like to clarify that when we talk about our bushfire work, we were not on the ground providing food, but we had some prayers here, we collected some money as well. But we did work with Blaze Aid and even rehabilitating all the areas with fencing, etc. By providing them food every week. And some of our friends in Blaze Aid, like John Anderson and Sue Anderson, because of our networking, approached us and gave us this opportunity to work with Blaze Aid. Our next speaker today is our friend Jordan Gurnali. Most of you know Jordan. Jordan doesn't need an introduction. She was here on Diwali. She was here for the Pick My Project launch of the schools. And she was here when we had the foundation day. And we started practically on the Gurdwara. And she's just a phone call away. I at times send out a lot of text messages. At times I probably return her with so many text messages. But she's amazing community support, community leader, and she's always just a message away when we need any kind of support. And we keep welcoming her. One of the other things that I wanted to mention was that Jordan actually launched our website, if you remember, on the Diwali night, and that was also something that we included in our Pick My Project work. So
you missed it.
over to you, Jordan. Welcome you, and thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you everyone, and I too would like to acknowledge Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders as our first Australians and recognise they have a really unique relationship with the land and the water and the skies. And we are on the lands of the Boonwurrung Wurundjeri people, members of the Kulin Nation, and respect their elders, past, present and emerging. In fact, we respect all the elders in our community. Can I also acknowledge Councillor Ross, Harriet Shing, my parliamentary colleague in the Victorian Parliament, and Jess Wash, our federal senator in the Commonwealth Parliament, and to Harpreet and everyone here today. It is so amazing to be here. It's been a year where it's like we've tried a few times to do this, and you know, things have sort of happened. It has been a really challenging year, and I think some of the highlights that have come out is we've found new ways of connecting. We've kind of looked at where the needs are in our community, and it's that opportunity to look at you know, some of the cracks that have appeared in our systems as well, and how we can work together as a community. And I see that Gurdwara here in Officer, as Harriet was saying, is not just in Officer, but has that wide reach as well. And, it was amazing during the bushfires last year around Blaze Aid and all and the hay and everything. There's a very long list in your contributions that don't just start a year ago, but have been part of your collective hearts and sense of community for such a long time. So it's actually been an honour to be part of some of the little launches and events that have happened over the last while. And you know, even during COVID, like the meals with the international students, which was, you know, a really difficult time for them because they weren't looked after as, you know, yeah. So anyway, it was looking at who is sort of missing out, who's struggling, who needs support, and you all just sort of jumped and, you know, contributed so positively to get to work with the community to get everyone through and feel supported. I was speaking with Jeffa yesterday from Connects Right Now at Sunday Chuck, who works at an organisation, and she was a community gem recently, and you know, even the work with the AfriOz ILAC as well, and the Sikh community came on board to deliver, I think it was like, support about 130 families in not just this area, but going all the way up to the Latrobe Valley as well. So that partnership between faith organisations, between communities, across all levels of government. I just want to thank you so much for all the work that you do. I'm really pleased that the Pick My project got off the ground. It was an amazing initiative actually, and there was quite a few in our local area that were funded. I don't quite remember all the facts and figures of how many and how much, but the kitchen and the work in your schools, again, I really look forward to going in there and having a look finally at the finished kitchen. But also what it actually does, and there's nothing more sort of unifying than food and nourishment and getting together and sharing a meal and providing meals for people that are struggling as well. So I think that's all I'd like to say for today, but I really look forward to that continued relationship. Now that we can move out a little bit more, or we can move out in our communities, I really look forward to coming back and being a part of the Gurdwara here, and also the work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. And while we were talking about the Pick My project, I need to also mention that we have a model where we get some funding from the government, but we also fund these for our projects to make the projects happen. For instance, the Pick My project funding that we received for the schools project gave us about $21,500, but we eventually spent about $27,000 to do the project, and the rest of the money actually was funded by the community. Similarly, the kitchen that you will see now, we got a funding of $18,400, but actually the project was completed in $112,000 almost. So the gap funding, was actually generated by the community themselves, and and that's again, something that we try to make sure happens, so that the community starts owning the assets that they have, rather than thinking that those assets are gifted by one of the projects, right? And now I would also like to now welcome our Honorable Senator Des Walsh, who is representing the people of Victoria in Canberra. And I was looking at her profile. I've not met her, but it's an amazing profile where she, is a researcher. She has campaigned as well, and she also has a PhD from the University of Melbourne. And she has worked on areas of respect, inclusion, which are foremost to community work, which we can relate to. And we look forward to working with you, Jess, getting some ideas from you on how we can widen our activities and looking for opportunities where we should contribute and deliver. We welcome you, Jess.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Harpreet, for the welcome. Thank you to the leaders and the volunteers for inviting me today to your celebration in Goodwalla. I want to congratulate you for your success in being able to expand the work that you've been doing in your community kitchen. And from the federal perspective, from the vantage point up in Canberra, I do particularly want to thank you for all of the incredible work that you've done over the past year, helping people through incredibly tough times, through the bushfires, and also through the COVID crisis. The work that you do to meet people's basic needs, for food, for regular expenses, the work that you do to provide care and compassion to people in tough times, I acknowledge it. I value that work, and I think you do an amazing job to build community, not just here in Officer in the southeast, but across the state. Harpreet mentioned in his kind introduction of me that in my working life I've had a big focus on respect and inclusion in our multicultural community. And I also want to acknowledge the amazing work that you do in building strength in our multicultural society here in Victoria, and reaching out to groups who sometimes need a bit of a hand to be included in the state in Victoria. For example, the Sudanese community and more recent African migrants to our state. The work that you do to include people, to promote respect, to promote harmony, to bring people together, it is building a stronger state for all of us here in Victoria. And finally, I just want to say that from Canberra, we really see the Sikh community in Victoria. You have built a reputation of being there when people need you the most. We're very grateful for all of the work that you do. And finally, as 2021 gets underway, I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to helping to strengthen your community in whatever way that I can. So thank you very much, Harpreet. Thanks, everyone.
Sorry, I love to shake hands, but we're not allowed to shake hands. But thanks once again for your contributions today, for your time today. And I just want to also mention another interesting aspect of our work, which is around building skills of our community members and other communities. And one of the most recent examples is that we work with the local Afghani community, UCSI, help them write a proposal so that they can get some funding from the CAD program to support their community for getting some funding and provide food relief programs. So that is another aspect of our our work. I think I will now do some quick felicitations, and then we will go to the kitchen and look at the kitchen. First of all, I would like to invite one of our community volunteers, Ravneet Kaur, to come and give this memento plate to Harriet Singh for coming here and for guiding us as well, and for the beautiful work that she is doing to support the community. Ravneet is a very active member of the community, and she takes control and charge of preparing food on Thursdays. And she is amazing, very well organized, and I think we try to learn a lot of lessons from her. And she is the right person to give this to Harriet. Please.
Oh, thank you. Thursday is a wonderful day. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Thank you for this honour.
Good leave. And this another plate is for Jordan, and this is from one of our other community volunteers who actually manages the kitchen on Thursday along with Ravni. She has got work on Saturdays and Sundays. She works with aged care. So we thought we will ask her bright young children to come on the stage and give this small memento of her love and appreciation to Jordan.
Sorry, Jordan, look here. Thank you.
Our next small memento of appreciation is for Jess Walsh for coming and visiting us, and this will be given by our volunteer Harman Singh, who takes charge of the Sunday arrangements, and he's also very well organized, makes the breakfast for the community and makes the lunch for the community, packs them and gives it to the community. And I think he has been doing this for the last 5 years or so now. Is that right? I think since 2014. Since 2014 when we first started. Thank you. I would also like to once again acknowledge Colin for coming here. We do not have a gift for Colin simply because Colin is here all the time and we don't want to give him a gift. But we did give Colin a memento of our most important shrine in Amritsar, the golden temple called Darbar Sahib, and you will see a picture of that at the back as well, and in the Darbar Hall as well. But again, I really want to acknowledge contributions made by Colin towards the growth of the Sikh community and this place in terms of supporting us with what's the best way to do the application, what are the things we need to be mindful of, how we can integrate in the community and all those things. So once again, thanks Colin for all the support. I've got a book for you, which I will give it to you. I know you have a lot of documents, council documents to read, but I really wanted you to read that book as well, so that will be your homework from my side. Thanks a lot, Colin, for your presence today. I think we will stop here because it's already about 2 minutes over 11:45. And I don't know if you have 10 minutes to walk on the property, but if you don't have, we would like to welcome you once again to come here and spend some time with us, go on the property and have a look at the property. Yes, we've got the book, Colin.
Sorry.
Thank you. Colin, this is a book about Sikkim, and this is about success and happiness, right? So once you read it, let us know what's happening on it. And then, we can provide the feedback to our eminent MPs and see if they would like to have a read of this. And I think we have some tea, if you want to grab some tea and walk the talk, and we walk on the property, we are walking on the property. But again, if we can't do it today, we will certainly do it next time. Before we go, we'll go to the kitchen, look at the kitchen and put on the plant and for a formal inauguration. So this is the kitchen that we have, funded by Bitcoin project. This actually probably is the biggest kitchen in a Sikh temple in Victoria now. And we can cook for more than 1,000 people here. And lot of dishes to do. We have very soon we'll be starting a composting activity. All the food waste that we have, we will be composting it and using it for our organic farm. And the produce from the organic farm will be used in this kitchen. So we are slowly getting there. Again, if you look at Harriet, if you look at these stats, they are highly water efficient. Obviously, you have to spend more money to get those things. But again, you know, we thought we will do the best things. Again, since we have just started after COVID, we are in the process of procuring some more furniture, etc., which we can put here, which will be shelves, etc., to stack the dishes in a proper way. I think we will go here. And give it to both of you to and
Your name's on here too.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
all of
Thank you
yes,
so much. I don't know. You can have. Can you?
This is a photo.
All right. All right. Okay.
Could you close the door because the light is spoiling the
that's right.
picture? Yeah.
This is why so many of my photos are terrible. Because
Very
I
nice.
You advise me.
That's much better. Thank you. Thank you very much. And just the one when you can put it up there.
On the wall.
All
Yeah.
right. Has everyone got all the photos that they need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a hook kind of thing.
It's a girl
You just slide horizontally.
Oh, okay. We're very close.
There we go.
Bole Sonahal.
Sarah!